be continuing for one for more 45 minutes again. Okay, so we'll be continuing our yesterday's lecture only. So I'll start sharing the screen and we'll then start the lecture. Sir, you can see my screen, no? Hello, Mayur sir. Hello.
Yes, teacher.
You can see my screen, no? Can you see my screen?
Teacher. Yeah. Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I can.
Okay. So welcome students all. As you all know my name is Patan Arifa Khatun and I'm from Worli CFS English Municipal Secondary School. We are here for Science 1 and you all know your class very well. So once again I welcome you all for the online education. And you all know very well yesterday we have started in the earlier lectures only you have started with chapter number 2, that is work and energy. And you have learned some topics earlier, and since we'll continue from yesterday only, so let us have a look at what additional things we'll be studying today in the lecture. So the name of the lesson is, we all know, that is work and energy, chapter number 2. And yesterday we have seen about work, kinetic energy, potential energy. These three things we have seen, but still we will recall them. And today the new topic which we'll be learning, it is transformation of energy. And the last one would be law of conservation of energy. Very important topics, and it will the thing which you will be learning today. And I hope you will be benefiting by that particular things throughout your studies. So let us recapitulate what is meant by work. We'll recapitulate fast. So by the definition, you itself can see, you can see my screen well. What is the definition of work? Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object causes displacement of the object. A formula for work is equal to force into displacement. Two things happen whenever a work is done. Two things are happen there. One thing is you apply the force and that particular object it gets displaced. Very common example is in your class. Whenever we are in a class, most of the time teacher tells you, hello dear Ravi, whatever the name of the student, please push this bench to my side. So one of you get up and push that bench to teacher's side. So what you have done? You have done work. You have applied force, and then only then that table got moved. Simple. So this was work. Then there are some different things about a work. Like when the force is applied at an angle with horizontal, which is given in your textbook page number mm, 19. There are three activities. You can see that girl is carrying that a toy, and one car is lifting the other car. So that force is applied to some, there is an angle uh, which is which that angle is made by the horizontal position, and that angle is the cos theta. And for that type of work then is given by W is equal to F S into cos theta. F and S are the same thing, there is force into displacement, and cos theta is the angle. Okay, then next we have seen about the units of work. We have known about the formula for work, that is force into displacement. Then force is calculated in Newton and displacement is calculated in meter. So force becomes Newton meter, and this total is called as 1 joule. This is called as joule. And if we'll um, define joule, it will be 1 Newton into 1 meter. 1 joule will be 1 Newton into 1 meter. You have to just remember that the unit of work is joule in standard system. and in CGS system it will be erg. Then we have also seen the types of work. In the types of work, we have seen positive work, negative work, and zero work. Now we have definition for each and also one example for it. So we'll take the definition only because question be like, okay, what are the types of work and give one example of each. Okay. So positive work means what? When the force and displacement are in the same direction, and the angle is zero, then it is a positive work. When we'll talk about negative work, for positive work, if you take the example, it will be like pushing a cart or pushing a vehicle. So that is a positive work. Then negative work, when the force and displacement are in the opposite side and it makes an angle of 180 degrees, then it is a negative work. Like climbing a tree, that will be a negative work. Also, it is opposite to gravity. Then zero work is when there is no displacement and when there's no displacement and the or the force of the or the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other. When the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other and theta is or the angle is 90 degrees. Angle is 90 degrees. At such time, we can say that the work done is zero work. Like applying the brakes. Applying the brakes, that example was given. Okay. Then we have come to energy. And we started the energy with the explanation that okay, whenever we want to do any work, we need to be quite energetic whenever we are supposed to do some physical work like lifting many books or carrying a load to upstairs. So at that time we need sufficient energy. So where does that energy comes from? That energy comes from the food we eat, है ना? And when we eat the food we get the energy, and at that time we have the capacity for doing that work. So eventually, what the definition of energy comes from then? The capacity of a body to perform work is called its energy. Very simple. The capacity of a body to perform work is called its energy. Then the unit of work and energy are same. The unit of work and energy are same. I told you earlier also. Okay, for work it is joule and in CJS it is earth. So the same thing for energy also. In SI unit, the unit for energy will be joule, and in the CGS unit, the unit for energy will be ERG. ERG. Then we have also seen about the various forms of energy. We have just uh, listed out this. Yesterday, we have just listed out, okay, these are the various forms of energy. But today, in our lecture, we'll be seeing ki what are the different forms and how actually they work. So, the various forms of energy were nuclear energy, electromagnetic energy, solar energy, wind energy, chemical energy, heat, light, sound, mechanical energy. These were the forms of energy. We will study them in detail or with examples. Then we have come through with the kinetic energy. I have given you many examples. The example is written here also. Given a marble strikes another in the game of marble. Marble, all of you kids, mostly boys, you like to play marbles very much. So what do? You take one marble and you try to um, throw that marble on another one. So when the marble which is in your hand, it has some energy, and while flowing, what it does when it get collide with another marble, it transform its energy into that marble. This motion get transformed into that stationary one. So we will come through the definition of kinetic energy then. Then the next example is we see, or in this example only, we can see if when a moving object, which moving object? The marble which is in your hand, you are throwing it. You are throwing it. You are trying to beat that another marble with the marble in your hand. So that marble is moving, which is in your hand now. You have thrown from your hand, now it is moving. It strikes the another object. it strikes the another object. The another object is which one? The stationary marble, which is lying somewhere on the ground. So that moving energy, it gets transformed into that stationary one. And the stationary means uniform, which is standing at the same place, not moving one, which is it is idle. So then that stationary object moves away. So here comes the definition for kinetic energy then. The energy which an object has because of its motion is called as kinetic energy. The energy which an object has, the initial object which it was having because of its motion, and what it does, it transforms that energy into the another one. So that is called as the kinetic energy. The equation for kinetic energy is kinetic energy is equal to half mv square because it is related with mass and velocity. Then the next topic was the potential energy. Huh. One thing I have not with you. Okay, when we were starting energy, we have seen with the definition of energy, the capacity of a body to perform work is called energy. So there one question arises: what are the forms of energy? What are the types of energy? So here we can tell kinetic energy and potential energy are the types of energy. So kinetic energy we have seen the energy which an object has because of its motion is kinetic energy. Now we have come to the second type of energy, that is potential energy. Now this potential energy, there are some examples which have been taken from your textbook only. And I hope all of you are carrying your textbooks with you all. So it could be easy for you to mash through this screen. Always carry your textbook with you since all of you have got from the school. Now, potential energy, there are some examples like the first one is an arrow is released from a stretched bow. Second is water kept at a height flows through a pipe into the tap below. A compressed spring is released. This we have discussed yesterday only. What we have to see here is one particular word which is describing the situation. In each example, that is, an arrow is released from a stretch bow or stretch and release. These two things are there. Then water kept at a height. This example we yesterday we have discussed. Most of us in Mumbai have overhead tanks, water tanks on the top floor, terrace floor of the buildings, and water is stored there. And then that water is allowed through the pipes, and then it comes to different houses. So this example, water kept at a height flows flows through a pipe. Then the last one is a compressed spring is released. Compress and release. Spring, normal spring, like the one which your pen uh, has once a time. Now that pens are rarely used, but they contain spring. So that spring I'm talking about. So yeah, from the above examples or the examples we have seen, we can derive or uh, define the potential energy. Okay, the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position is called its potential energy. We'll take the example of that bow and arrow. The energy stored. Where was the energy stored? The energy was stored in the stretch bow, and it was a specific condition. It was a specific position. If you can play, if you play, or you can just make one bow and arrow with your uh, waste materials and all also, and you can try this example. So the energy which is stored in that object, and in which state it is stored in the stretch manner, and then when you release it, it get transformed into potential energy. So in this way, the definition is like the energy stored in an object because of the specific state or position is called its potential energy. Again, there are few examples which we can understand more clearly about the potential energy. Okay, if you hold a chalk which we use in a class, uh, at just a height of 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter is very small. 5 centimeter, if you can see on the scale, your ruler, and release it 5 centimeter and release it. Now stand up straight and then release the chalk. Now stand up, then release the chalk. Is there any difference in the result of the two activities? If so, why? Yes, there will be a difference. There will be a difference in the sense like when you throw the chalk from 5 centimeter, the chalk will not break. When you stand up straight, then you release the chalk, it will get break. The reason is very simple. The difference is about the height. The difference is about the height. Now, after that, again in your textbook also on page number 24, you have been given one same example. कि Ajay and Atul have been asked to calculate the potential energy of a ball kept on a table, uh, kept on a table shown in figure. So it is on page number 24. You can determine it, and orally also you can understand it. So after that comes the expression for kinetic potential energy. Now for potential energy, to carry an object of mass m, if you want to derive the equation, we need uh, something, an object which should have some mass. So the mass will be calculated with m, and definitely there will be a height. It will be calculated with the help of small h, height h, and height means above earth surface. है ना? The force equal to mg. The force equal to mg due to gravity. It will be opposite because it has to be used against the gravitational force. Since we are working on height, so the force will be mg, and mg, that means it is against gravity. Then the amount of work done will be what? We know a work done is calculated by force into displacement. Force into displacement. Earlier we have seen this. Now we have got force, that is mg, and displacement, that is the height. Suppose if you are throwing something from the height, if the water is releasing from the height, from the tank, है ना? So likewise, the displacement becomes here height, that is h, and eventually the formula for potential energy becomes mgh. Very easy. Whenever there are word sums, all the data will be given to you, mass will be given, acceleration due to gravity will be given, and height will be given. You have to just substitute the values and take out the answer. We have done here one solid example. So it is taken from your textbook only. If 500 kg water is stored in the overhead tank of a 10-meter high building. Mass m, that is water 500 kg, high building, that is 10 meter. Calculate the amount of potential energy stored in the water. We have to calculate potential energy stored in the water. So whenever we are solving any word sum or whenever we are solving any mathematical sum, so the first thing is to write the data given. You will start with solution, and you will first step which you will be writing, it will be the data given, whatever that is given in the question. So we can see here, okay, water is given in kilogram, that is mass, and height of the building is given as 10 meter, and the g, we have this g value is constant always. It is uh, the value for acceleration due to gravity. So it will be always 9.8 meter per second square. So by closing your eyes also you should take it. There's no worry. So we have written the first step that is given. Height 10 meter, mass 500 kg, and G. Our potential energy formula it contains G, no? mg. So it is 9.8 meter per second square. Just substitute that values. First, write down the formula for whatever you're calculating. Sometimes you might be calculating kinetic energy also. Sometimes you might be calculating potential energy also. Various things. Uh, so write down the formula. Second step, that is potential energy is equal to mgs. And third step, the substitution of that given values. And when we substitute all these values, the answer comes up to potential energy is equal to 49,000 joules. We know K, the unit of work and energy are same. So therefore, we will give the unit as joule. You can write in spelling also. You can write only the alphabet for joule also, that is G. Okay, I hope you are understanding it. Now we come to our today's part or the next part, that is the transformation of energy. Transformation of energy. So before that, I would like to discuss with you one question. Okay, that what are the different forms of energy and which type of energy is used in each of the following processes? The next slide contains many examples which have been taken from the textbook itself. So the question, I hope you could have understood. Very easy question. There's nothing in that question. So let us move to the examples. And we know okay, what are the different forms of energy. We have seen earlier only. And the different forms of energy are the electrical energy, heat energy, mechanical energy, light energy, sound energy, heat energy, chemical energy. Then which type of energy is used in this process? These are the examples. These are the examples. Like now in each example, we have to show which type of energy is stored or used, which type of energy is used in the following example. So for the examples, the first one is a stretched piece of rubber, fast moving car, the whistling of cooker due to steam, crackers exploded in Diwali, a fan running on electricity, drawing out pieces of iron from garbage using magnet, and last one is the breaking of window panes due to noise. Okay, these are the now we have to discuss okay, in each of the example which form of energy is used. So energy is used also and sometimes it is transformed also. It is used as well as transformed. So now in this first example, a stretched piece of rubber. Stretched piece of rubber, it contains mechanical energy. A stretched piece of rubber it contains mechanical energy. The fast moving car. The fast moving car. Now the car is moving and there are two things okay, why the car is moving. So uh, it is running on petrol, which is a chemical energy, and now it is moving. Then we can say ki kinetic energy. It is a moving one. So the fast moving car it contains chemical energy and it is now moving. Then we can also frame ke it has kinetic energy. The third one is the whistling of cooker. Cooker we all know we all use this uh, uh, utensil yeah, at our home. So daily we listen the sound of the whistling cooker. Actually, it has thermal energy And then when it starts whistling, we can say it has sound energy also. These two things. Then crackers exploded in Diwali. Crackers exploded in Diwali. It contains now heat energy also, light energy also, and sound energy. Okay. So when crackers are exploded or burnt, we get the heat also, light also. That was the stored form. And then when they mix noise, so that is sound energy. A fan running on electricity. Fan running on electricity is electrical energy. Electrical energy. Then drawing out pieces of iron from garbage using electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic magnetic energy. Drawing out piece of iron. Now you, if you hold the magnetic bar on spreaded piece of or pieces, small pieces of iron, small pieces which are lying on the floor. So, and when you move a magnet around it, all that pieces of iron get attracted towards the magnet, magnetic energy. And last one is the breaking of window panes due to noise. Whenever there is a bomb explosion, whenever there's a bomb explosion, so it happens that the window panes uh, they breaks down. Actually, in a bomb explosion, there are certain things in the bomb due to which the window panes or many other objects get destroyed. But if you talk about the form of energy, it contains sound energy. Sound energy. That can again that chemical energy is converted into sound energy. So if you not take the example of bomb and if you just take the example of DJ also. Yesterday I told you, okay, whenever we have a uh, loud music in a DJ form, so and if the place is not sufficient, if the place is not sufficient to spread the sound, so at such time what happens? The window panes they vibrate. Window panes vibrate, even the utensils also, which we use at our homes, they start vibrating. So what is happening here? That sound energy is traveling. It is traveling and it is colliding with the objects. And therefore, sometimes they break also and sometimes they vibrate also. So it is enough now? Okay, we have discussed this question in detail. So in your textbook page number 25, there's one figure that is 2.5, the transformation of energy. Yeah, how energy is transformed. Both it is shown with both arrows, so you could go through that, and I have shown it. I have explained you in detail. So from this all examples, we come to know that energy can transform from one form to another form. Yes, let us take the common example of firecrackers. Firecrackers, okay, it is like the exploding firecrackers converts chemical energy stored in them into light, sound, and heat energy. It contains chemicals like dynamite, something. So that chemical energy which is stored inside the firecrackers. There are many beautiful firecrackers, but uh, though they look beautiful, but they are equally harmful also. So for our environment conservation purpose, we should avoid all that things and we should preserve our environment. We should always be, this is the additional thing which I would be, uh, I'm liking to say you, we should always conserve our environment because we are living in that environment and it should be free from all pollutants. So beware of firecrackers. Don't use them to a great extent because they cause noise plus harm to the environment and all the things which are in the environment. So it contains the chemical energy and stored energy is chemical one. When they are lighted, it gets transformed. it gets transformed or transferred into light, sound, and heat. To light and heat. So easily we can understand energy can transform from one form to another. Clear with this? Okay. So with all these examples, we come to know about the law of conservation of energy. Very important one, and this was the thing. This was the term in my mind which I was telling you. Okay, it will be helpful for you, and it is so uh, good to learn, and it is so good law. It gets framed in your mind, and you remember it throughout your uh, studies, or sometimes I can say throughout your lifetime also. So what it is, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form into another. Thus, the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. Simple to understand. Energy can neither, you cannot create energy nor you can destroy the energy. Only the thing which happens with energy is it K, it gets converted from one form into another form. We have just seen, like the firecrackers, it has chemical energy, get transformed into heat, light, sound. There are various examples, numerous examples we can uh, which we can talk on. Okay, it can be converted from one form to another. Another could be the generator. Generator energy is stored in mechanical form, then it is converted into electrical form. है ना? So this is another example. Then your toys which you play, that key toys, in that uh, uh, in that one also the mechanical energy is stored. Mechanical energy is stored, and when they run, so they gives out different types of energy. Like if it is moving, then it is a kinetic energy. So thus the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. Okay, you note down this. It is very important, and it is asked in the example frequently. Every time you uh, every ninth standard class will have this question to write in their exam. State the law of conservation of energy. So get it learned by itself today only. You'll just go through it two, three times. It will get fixed in your mind. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form into another form, and thus the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. What is the reason of the uh, energy for remaining constant? Because that energy is not uh, created nor it is destroyed. So it is remaining as it is. Therefore, whatever the amount that is in the universe, it always remains constant. Okay. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take. Now we come to evaluation part. But before that, I would discuss you with you one short activity. So it is on page number 25 in your textbook only. So this just now we have seen this definition, law of conservation of energy, and below to it there is one small activity, an interesting one. Make two pendulums. A pendulum means what? Whenever you hang something with a thread, it becomes a pendulum. We know about the watch, the wall watch which we use uh, at our homes, but now it is very rare. Earlier, it used to be, it was there to be, it was there. So it contains the pendulum, which used to move to and fro likewise. And whenever there is, it has to show the any hour, like 1 hour, 2 hour. So at that time, uh, it used to give all the strikes. So if you'll take a nut, simple nut, which could be 50 grams or 25 grams in weight. To tie a thread, take two pendulums, make two pendulums like that, and with the help of thread, and tie another thread in the horizontal position. उन दोनों को horizontal position, in a horizontal position you have to tie them, like on a this one small stick also you can tie them. Tie the two pendulums in the horizontal thread in such a way that they will not hit each other. They should be apart from each other, little distant from each other. And while swinging, so while swinging means when they are swinging, when they are moving to and fro, they should not strike each other. Now swing one of the pendulum and observe. Swing just one pendulum, just one wala, whether it is left or right. You will see that as the speed of oscillation of the pendulum slowly decreases. Oscillation means what? Now, if if that pendulum or the knot which you have tied with the thread, it is moving left, right, left, right. So when it comes from right to left or left to right, that is one oscillation. Okay. So the second pendulum, which was initially stationary, begins to swing. So the second pendulum, which is stationary, which is not moving, what will happen? It will start swinging. So it clearly shows a pendulum transforms the energy into the another one. Okay, so you can do that activity. It is quite a nice one. So after all this, we come to our evaluation part. That is the same questions for yesterday only, and I have added some more to it. And you have your different in your textbook. These are some additional ones for your knowledge. So uh, we'll start with the fill in the blanks. That is the first one. So joule is the an unit of work as well as energy. The formula for kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Next, the formula for potential energy is potential energy. You have to write always, mostly you should write in um, capital form, that is P dot E, and you'll write equal to mgh. Then define the terms. Define the terms like work. We have started with work only. Okay, uh, when an work is said to be done, when an work is said to be done when a force applied on an object causes displacement of the object. Then we have seen about the energy. The capacity of the body to perform work is energy. Then the next one is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy, the definition was the energy which an object has because of its motion is known as the kinetic energy. Then the next one was potential energy. So the potential energy is the energy stored in an object because of its specific state or position is called its potential energy. Clear with this? These are important ones, and these questions can be or they are frequently asked. Important ones. Yeah, there will be these equations or these definitions will be helpful for you or 9th standard students in for your next class also. That is 10th standard. Now the next questions. Again, the easy question has been come now here. Your favorite one. I think it could be. I hope the first question will be favorite for many of the students. And if I could have allowed you to answer here, no, so I might have get many hands for answering this question. So if you go through the question, that is number one is what are the various forms of energy? So the various forms of energy are mechanical energy, electrical energy, heat energy, light energy, sound energy, thermal energy, nuclear energy, and the list goes on. So Second is which type of energy is used for drawing out iron pieces from garbage. We have discussed the example. Okay, the magnet is used for the pieces of iron from the garbage. Or if you want to write the energy form, so it will be magnetic energy. So we will remove the part which type of energy aside, and we'll just write while writing the answer. Magnetic energy is used for drawing out iron pieces from garbage. Clear? Okay. Then the last one, which we have just now recited, state the law of conservation of energy. So here it comes. K energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form into another form, and the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant. Okay, so this was the evaluation part for today. I hope you have enjoyed, and you will be enjoying more in our tomorrow's lecture also. So till then, thank you all for joining and happy learning. Have a nice day.